So I'm going to do my pull here, and then we're going to talk about what you want to look for in cards, what cards you want to look for specifically, and then I'll give you 2 examples of sets that you want to aim for, whether you are a PvE player or a PvP player. So I'm going to open this up. Hopefully I get the card I want. Oh, fantastic. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today I'm going to give you an updated comic card guide in Marvel Future Fight, because 2 updates ago, the crafted stats were introduced. Doesn't seem like they're going anywhere, and so rather than fight against the tides, I want to give you guys all of the tips and all of the advice I have so that you can make the most out of this new system. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to disappear. There are definitely some bad aspects to the system, like using crystals to reroll crafted stats and using premium cards to reroll crafted stats, but there are a lot of positives, and you can approach the system in a completely free-to-play way. You don't have to spend a single dollar. You don't have to spend a single crystal of your own. You just have to put in hard work, and you have to be smart about your decisions, and you can definitely improve your cards completely free-to-play. You can get extra stats for free, and it will make your entire account stronger. I haven't actually made a dedicated comic card guide video in a long time, because the cards that have been introduced lately are either not that good or they just seemed to be excessive. For example, before this card crafting, we got these new cards, and although they have some good optional stats and some good fixed stats, they just seemed like overkill, and it was difficult to balance these stats on these cards with other cards because you need a lot of cooldown and you need a lot of ignored defense. Now with card crafting, it completely changes the landscape. So that's why this video is really important. Any new player should absolutely 100% be adhering to these rules, and you should really try and focus your resources when it comes to cards, because we get so few of them. I'm still hoping to get more premium card farming from the game. I'm still hoping that we get more daily crystal farming and more regular mythic card farming, because those are the things you're going to need to make good cards. So just to start us off here, I do have enough tokens for my premium card token pull. This is going to be the primary way in which you obtain premium cards for free. So the first rule, or the first sort of part of the guide, is that you have to play the game enough to get as many of these tokens as possible. You can get 10 free per day from Giant Boss Raid, and then you can get another 300 for free every 40 days or some odd from the Future Pass. So make sure you're getting these 300 every single time the Future Pass is available, and then make sure you're getting your 10 per day. It's going to take you whatever 40 some odd days to get your premium card token, but it's free. It's completely free, and you get it by going down to the dimension chest here. I clicked on the wrong thing. Go to the dimension chest, and it's right here, and you can open this and you can get one of these cards. These are the only cards available, and this is an awesome resource for free-to-play players. And the good news is, most of the best cards in the game, whether you are a PvE player like World Boss, ABX, Squad Battle, or a PvP player, Timeline Battle, Alliance Conquest, most of the best cards for you are right here. So I'm going to do my pull here, and then we're going to talk about what you want to look for in cards, what cards you want to look for specifically, and then I'll give you 2 examples of sets that you want to aim for, whether you are a PvE player or a PvP player. So I'm going to open this up. Hopefully I get the card I want. Oh, fantastic. I got the White Fox card. That's amazing. I really wanted the White Fox card, and I really wanted the Luna Snow card. And I also want the Black Panther card. So I just got really lucky. I'm really happy. There's like a 7% chance that I pull that specific card. And let me look. Okay, the stats are not good, but that's okay. So now I'm going to take you through the steps that you want to go, the steps that you should take once you've amassed 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of the premium cards you want. However, if you're a brand new player, what should you do? Well, I have a guide for, free-to-play cards, card guide from 2018 for free-to-play players. And essentially what you want to do is you just want to get 4 cards. I'm going to go through this really quickly because it's really not the important sort of end game thing. But you want to just get 5 non-premium cards that you can just rely on the fixed options. So you don't want to worry about the random options. You don't want to spend time re-rolling these cards. I spent years and I spent tons of mythic cards re-rolling this. You don't want to do that anymore. You want to save as many mythic cards as possible to re-roll premium cards and then to start crafting. So you just want to fast forward through the part where you worry about your non-premium cards. Non-premium cards cannot be crafted, so you don't want to waste your mythic cards re-rolling these to try and make these perfect. You can if you want, but then you're going to be limiting the ceiling and limiting the amount of stats that you can have, because a non-premium card, this is as good as it gets. whereas a premium card can have an extra 5 stats. And if even 1 or 2 of those stats is good, the card immediately outclasses this card completely. So in my opinion, getting 1 roll out of 5 is not that unlikely. You're better off aiming for 5 premium cards on your roster that you can then craft on. So just grab the Loki card, grab, for example, maybe this card here or this card here. Just make sure that you have enough ignore defense and enough skill cooldown as a new player, and then start playing GBR and playing the future pass so that you can amass 5 premium cards. The premium cards that you want to look for are obviously going to differ whether you want to go for PvE or whether you want to go for PvP, but basically you want to amass 5 cards as soon as you can, so then you can start re-rolling them, then start equipping them, and then start crafting on them. This is a months-long process. This is not going to take you a week. This is not something that you do, in a weekend or whatever. This is a long-term goal in the game. It took me years. It took me like almost 4 years to get these specific cards with these specific rolls, and I spend a lot of money. So don't be discouraged if you're not getting there soon. This is a long-term goal for every player. Of course, money accelerates it, but hopefully, as the game gets older, they've already introduced this premium card box, which was never in the game before, up until 2 months ago, or a month ago. So hopefully they'll continue to do things like this to make premium cards easier for us to farm and mythic cards easier for us to farm. So in my case, I'm going to show you guys 2 sets here now. I'm so hyped that I got that card. Nice. So in my case, or not in my case, sorry, in a PvE player's case, these are probably the 5 premium cards you want to go for. And the really good news is all 5 of these cards are available from that chest that I just opened. So you can get this card, this card, this card, this card, and this card all in that chest. You don't have to spend money gambling. Of course, if you spend money gambling, there's a higher chance that you can pull one of these cards when it's on rotation, when it's on like chance up, but you don't have to. You can also get, I believe, this Black Panther 166 card from the Black Panther Legendary Battle, I think. I'm not 100% sure if it is. No, it's the other Black Panther card. For some reason, I thought both of the Black Panther cards were in it. Okay, never mind. I made that mistake. But yeah, those 5 cards are actually probably, I'm not 100% sure, but based on my math that I've done, I know math's not my strong suit, but I spent a lot of time doing this. Big shout out to Baconix, by the way. He's one of my mods on Discord. He took this spreadsheet, this sort of card calculator that was made by some other individuals. I believe it was made by, we have Vifa Ciceroni. Sorry, I butchered your name. I really apologize. And then the original author, I think, was RN Pasinos. So thank you both to those two individuals, and then big thank you to Baconix for enhancing this guide by adding the crafted stats. So I'm showing you guys these 5 PvE cards if you are a world boss player, or if you are a squad battle player, you ABX player, you enjoy those game modes more. These are the 5 premium cards you want to aim for. Once you have one of each of these 5 cards, or once you get 1 and then 2 and then 3, whatever, start re-rolling them to try and get good stats. However, I haven't chosen these cards, despite the stats being insane. 77% all attack, 40% physical attack, 40% energy attack, 46% ignore defense. Despite these crazy stats, these cards are not perfect. All of them are quality 5, which is not the highest it can go. It can go up to 7, and they each have at least 1 or 2 bad stats. So I purposely rolled recovery rate here. Again, I'm just simulating this, but just to show you, I rolled fire resist here, recovery rate here. This is crit rate physical attack. This is pretty good, actually. Crit damage movement speed. So I purposely made these cards sub perfect. But then if you look with the crafted stats, which are the stats down here at the bottom, this bottom row of stats, I know it might be hard to see because there's just a lot of numbers, but these stats here, I also purposely rolled some of them badly. So for example, this Luna Snow card, the first option is recovery rate. That's not really helping you. The second option is movement speed. Movement speed is honestly not that bad to dodge Null's attacks, but it's not, a perfect stat. Physical defense, not that good. Crit damage, pretty good. Cooldown, great. Energy attack, great. So I rolled some of the stats well and some of the stats badly. Take a look at the White Fox card. Dodge, energy defense, fire resist, all defense, poison resist, physical attack. This card only has 2 good crafted stats. So I gave each of the cards 2 or 3 good crafted stats, and this is what you end up with. You can get a colossal amount of stats for free if you just have enough patience and time, and you make the right decisions. And that's why I'm telling you guys, don't spend your mythic cards re-rolling non-premium cards. Stop doing that. I did this for a long time, but really it's not a good idea, because you're much better off settling for a premium card that has 2 good stats and a good quality, rather than aiming for the sort of unicorn card, right? Instead of aiming for a card that has 3 perfect stats and 7 quality, it's much better, and the odds are much more in your favor to get good stats overall at the end of the day if you settle for a card that has a lower quality. Let's say it's only 5 quality. Let's say it only has 2 of the stats that you want, 2 of the random stats that you want, but then you can start crafting it and you can start getting more stats. So I'll show you what I would do now for this White Fox card. Once you've obtained one of the premium cards that you want, that you think is going to be, or you know is going to be one of the cards that you equip, then you sort of start to re-roll it. When you re-roll it, obviously you're just combining it with regular mythic cards, looking for some better options. What you want to look for is, like I said, 1 to 2 good stats in the blue, and then you do want to aim for high quality. High quality means 4, 5, 6, or 7. In the past, the old advice was forget about the quality, don't stress, just go for 2 or 3 good stats in the blue. That's no longer the case, because now the quality of the card will affect the quality or the percentages of your crafted stats. So if we go back to this one really quickly, I know it's kind of small. Here we go. I'll zoom in so you guys can see what I'm talking about a little bit more. But this Luna Snow card is quality 5, right? And so these stats here are 9.5. The crafted stats will all reflect that same number. So if I drop this down to 1, okay, or let's take the White Fox card. So it has, or here, let's take the Uncanny Avengers card. Sure, you could get a 1 quality Avengers card that has all of the best stats, right? It has attack speed here, and energy attack and physical attack. But look what happens. Your all attack and your cooldown are only 7.5, and all of these crafted stats are only going to be 7.5. On the flip side, sure, maybe my attack speed is fire resist, and maybe my energy attack is crowd control. So I only have 1 good stat, but it's quality 6. Now that 7.5 jumps up to 10%. So I'm getting 2.5 more percent on all of these stats. And I have 2, 3 good stats: max HP, attack speed, all attack. Now here's the thing. You can always re-roll the quality and these stats later. So you don't necessarily have to settle. You don't necessarily have to stress yourself out trying to roll a card with 1 or 2 good stats and quality, because the one good thing, or one of the good things about this system, is that they've separated the crafted stats from the regular stats, which means if I craft this card, if it has crafted stats, and then I want to go back and I want to re-roll it like this, if I re-roll it like this, it's not going to change the crafted stats. So that means that you can go back to this Uncanny card, and let's say this is not poison resist. Let's say this is dodge. You're like, oh man, dodge, max HP, attack speed, all attack. Oh, this card's perfect. But these stats are really bad. And let's say it's 1 quality. These stats are really bad. You can use a regular mythic card to re-roll just these 3 stats here, which are the blue stats underneath the fixed option, and you can re-roll the quality, and it will not change the crafted stats. On the flip side, let's say all of these stats are bad. You got cold resist here, you got poison resist here. You've seen some of these cards, probably people have posted it on Facebook or on the forums. It's like a meme card, and it just has a bunch of resists: lightning, fire, mind, poison, cold. You're ready for the elements, my friend. And the card has good rolls here, right? So you're like, man, what a tragedy. It's a 6 quality card with physical attack and all attack, physical attack and energy attack, but man, so bad. This card's ruined. No, it's not. Now, you will need to get another premium card, but you can get that for free from playing the GBR and playing the Future Pass. You get another premium card. Let's say you go here, right, in a month and a half or whatever, and you open this chest, and you don't get a good card. That's okay. Even if you get a card that you don't need, or you get a duplicate card, you can go ahead and take that card and use it to re-roll just the crafted stats. Because when you re-roll with a premium card on the crafted stats, it's not going to change these stats, and it's not going to change the quality. It's only going to re-roll these crafted stats. And if you re-roll all of the crafted stats, you do not need to use any crystals. You only need to use crystals if you're going to lock one of the stats. So if I want to lock this dodge and keep it, then I'll have to spend crystals. But if I don't care and I just want to re-roll all 5, then it only costs that 1 extra premium card. Now that's still an expensive amount. It's still expensive to sacrifice other premium cards, which is why I still think they need more premium card farming and more token farming, the premium token farming. But it means that you can, more accurately build your cards in a way that is going to suit your account and help you grow as a player without worrying too much about having it perfect, because you can change this or this at different times when you have different amounts of resources. If you have a lot of spare premium cards for whatever reason, then you can reroll your crafted stats. If you don't have a lot of premium cards, but you have a lot of mythic cards, then you can reroll your premium cards here and reroll the quality until it's better. And then once it's good enough, you can equip it, or if it's already equipped, you can start crafting on it. So you really have either option, or if you want to just wait and in the meantime you want to craft a different card, that's an option as well. I'm not sure exactly what the best idea is, but I would say if you already have 3 or 4 premium cards equipped, even if you only have like 2 or 3 premium cards equipped, if one of them has a really good roll, like for example this card, this is pretty much as good as it's going to get for me. Obviously I could get max HP here, but I got 7 quality and I got 2 good stats, so this card is basically a lock. So I would probably, if you were in my position, you had a card like this, even if your other 4 cards are not that good, it's not a bad idea to start crafting this card. Because even if you only craft it to 3 stars, on the first 3 stars, you can see, if I zoom in here, you'll be able to see that this card can roll. I can roll dodge on the first option, right? And you can see all the options there. On the second option, I can roll max HP. So I could get my max HP back that I lost on the fire resist. And then on the third option, I can roll ignore defense. So I can get a ton of stats just on 3 crafts. And these first 3 crafts, it's 5, 5, 5, so it's only going to cost me 15 mythic cards. Now, yes, we need more mythic card farming, but that's not an impossible goal to aim for the majority of players, because you're no longer going to be spending as many mythic cards re-rolling non-premiums and premiums, right? Because now you know that you can go a little bit further with crafting and you can get at those extra stats and make up for it. So it does in a way reduce the amount of RNG you need, because rather than having to roll multiple good stats here, you only need to roll 1 or 2 good stats here and then 1 or 2 good stats here, and it'll basically be the same thing as rolling a perfect premium card, which we all know is really, really highly unlikely on its own as an individual goal. So those are like all of the tips that I have for you and basically what I would do. So essentially I would continue to roll this card until it's good, until I'm happy with the stats that it has here. Let's go ahead and see. I've got another non-premium card. Okay, no, I'm not happy with that. Let's go ahead and re-roll this one again. 4 quality. Okay, pretty much the same stats. Obviously this can be a really frustrating experience, and you guys have seen me do it. See, these stats are actually not bad at all. I got the energy attack roll, which is good, and I got the physical attack proc, which is also very, very good. So this card may actually be, I may be good to go here. So it didn't really take me that many rolls, and it's 4 quality. Yeah, this card could be better, sure, but this is really not bad at all. And then with a few crafts and a little bit of luck, boom, the card's suddenly giving me even way more value. So those are the tips that I have for you, and those are sort of the ideas that I have that you should probably consider. Obviously, I know that some people watching are never going to use the card crafting system and they think it's terrible and think it's ruining the game. But honestly, if you look at it from an objective point of view and see it as a long-term investment, it's pretty much the same as comic cards were when they were introduced years ago. It is a big shock to players that had been used to and sort of gotten comfortable with the system. Of course, change is uncomfortable and it's difficult for all of us, but this is giving you a way to get more stats. So if you have just been unlucky with card re-rolling, you can get extra stats and you can improve the quality of your cards and improve the quality of your effects and make all of your characters stronger without actually putting money into the system. Obviously, if you put money into the system, you can get more out of it, but that's always how it's been with mobile games. That's never really been a surprise to us. Lastly, I do want to show you guys the PvP set. I didn't talk about this too much, I apologize, but this is what I think the best PvP set looks like. Now, some people will disagree with me. I'm not the best PvP player by any means, so I welcome criticism on this if you know and you're very familiar with it. But I think aiming for 4 cards, I mean, this card is obviously a must-have for PvP players because of the HP proc. And then aiming for 2 or 3 other cards with HP, premium cards, of course. And then probably the Amazing Spider-Man 605 because it has attack. You don't want a lot of cooldown from what I understand, so I purposely chose 5 cards that didn't have any cooldown on any of their options except for Black Widow. And then I simulated the crafted stats again with mostly bad stats. I only have 2 of the cards rolled for HP, and I only have 4 of the cards rolled for attack stats on the bottom. That's a little bit of a reach there, but yeah. But look at the stats: 66% max HP, and they're again only quality 5, and you still have 50% attack, etc. So you can still go higher than this with a little bit more luck, and yeah, you'll do really well in PvP. So those are the tips that I have for you. In case you're wondering what I'm going to do, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there speculating on it, I'm probably going to wait another, well, I'm going to wait at least another month or 2 to craft my cards. And the reason for that is because I don't want to create too much of a divide, too much of a gulf between my character showcases and what you can expect on your account. I didn't really talk in this card crafting guide about the stars and the color of the stars, green, blue, or red, but essentially what you need to know about those is that blue is insanely good for PvE content. It's like above and beyond the best color. Red is pretty good for PvP and PvE, and then green is pretty bad. It's kind of like the bad, unlucky roll. So if you have a lot of blue crafted stars, that's awesome. If you have red crafted stars, that's okay. If you have green crafted stars, that's a bummer. I don't want to get into the color of the crafted stars because I don't think that's important. It's important if you're like a really big spender and you're looking for like absolute perfection, but I'm approaching this from the point of view of a low spending to free to play player. And for that, you really just want to make the premium cards work for you by giving you the stats, right? Not worried about the pierce, not worried about the concentration and the resistance, which is what those stars are. I'm worried about the they're here right here. I'm worried about the stats that it's going to give you: the dodge, the HP, the cooldown, the ignore defense, etc. So don't sweat it about the color of the stars, but just focus on amassing the particular 5 premium cards that you want, and then from there, rolling them to 4 to 7 quality with 2 to 3, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 good stats, depending on how picky you are. Equipping them and then starting to craft on them. Obviously, the sooner you craft, the sooner you can see what you get. So it may be a good idea to craft on 1 or 2 great cards that you have. If you have 1 or 2 very well rolled, high quality cards equipped, craft on those, see what rolls you get, and then that could cover you so that you don't have to worry about the rolls on another card, right? So for example, if I craft on this card and I get cooldown and I get ignore defense, then I don't have to worry as much about re-rolling another card, right? Maybe this card I was really worried and I was just really trying to roll ignore defense, or this what doesn't even have it, whatever, I was really worried trying to roll ignore defense or cooldown on this card on the random options. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to worry. I can settle for other random options because I've gotten those options as crafted stats. So it sort of allows you to be more flexible with the rest of your cards once you've crafted one card with good stats. And if you don't get good stats, you can try again with the next card. So yeah, hopefully this has helped you out. If you want more information or if you have more questions, you can hit me up on Twitter. You can hit me up on Discord. And there's tons of people there who have crafted their cards and have thought about the systems and know as much or more than me. So you're welcome to hit them up and ask them for advice. But hopefully this helps you guys out. And hopefully I've, gotten through sort of the uncomfortable idea of crafting, because I do think in the long run it's going to benefit players. And you can approach it completely free to play. You don't have to spend any premium cards, and you can still get a lot out of it. So hopefully you can do that, and I just want to make your account stronger so that you can smash out the content and have fun. That's what it's all about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.